Animals are, without being too sentimental about it, they're our brothers and sisters. All sentient beings are interconnected. As after all, as Nagarjuna said, since samsara is beginningless, there's been room and enough time, infinite number of times, for everybody to be interconnected and interrelated. So animals are brothers and sisters. Now, brothers and sisters not all alike, and therefore from a classical Dharma point of view, although animals, we'd say, have the Buddha nature in that they have consciousness, they have mind, and everybody that has mind has the potential for enlightenment. The potential is embodied in different kind of settings, in different kind of containers, and therefore we say that it, in our kind of part of the universe at least, the only beings who have the potential to recognize their mind, have the kind of conditions and freedom and connections to recognize the nature of the mind are humans. Animals don't really have that potential right now, due to karmic imprints. After all forms of life are shaped, conditioned by karmic imprints. And animals, it seems, really are driven into that life form through the not using the capacity for intelligence. It's said that the dominant driver, the dominant disturbing emotion, if you like, that precipitates life in the animal realm is ignorance. And ignorance in a Buddhist sense is morally culpable, because ignorance is choosing not to see, not to make connections, not to understand the connection between cause and effect. And we can see that that's why animals are, driven so much by instinct. Now, it's not that they're, of course, totally blind, and different animals have different capacities, because your karmic drivers, in a way, also lead you into particularly suitable physical environments for your mind to operate. And due to the kind of subtlety or lack of subtlety in the nervous system, different beings, their minds have different kind of operating levels, even though the essence of mind is one and the same. So animals just are, in a way, too much governed by the instincts. But nevertheless, you can see they have the capacity for self-sacrifice, which is in a way the most beautiful of all things. They have the capacity to do that for their loved ones, for their children, for instance. And also they respond to love and affection. You can see this, that animals do. Even the seemingly most lowly respond to affection. And therefore, it's as we're like the big brothers and sisters, so to speak, right now, karmically, who knows what will be in the future, of course, we have that responsibility that a good big brother or good big sister has to their younger and more helpless siblings, to look after and protect them. So if one asks the question, are humans and animals equal? There's two answers to that, which are both valid. From a deep point of view, yes, all sentient beings have Buddha nature and therefore the capacity for enlightenment. And that's why to take the life of an animal is a non-virtuous action. That animal cherishes his or her life just as much as we do. But are humans and animals equal in the sense of having the same capacity right now, and therefore the same capacity to create goodness in the world? No. Humans have a greater capacity because of their relative freedom from instinctual drives. Of course, that greater capacity can be worked for evil in a much more powerful way than the animal, who's merely driven usually by instinct. But we have a greater capacity for good. It is, after all, humans who can make the decision to cherish and look after animals, whereas animals don't have much capacity for that right now in regard to looking after others. So pragmatically, we're not equal with animals. They're not equal with us. But profoundly, at the profoundest, deepest level, yes, we are. So, like I say, perhaps the best kind of way to encapsulate it is that we're like their big brothers and sisters. I think that's how it is.